So in this video we're gonna talk about how to actually use ET200, well, I call them expansion cards, input-output cards to Siemens PLCs. Now there is not so much videos online and they don't go to wiring of these modules that much, so yeah, we're gonna talk about that. So first of all, let's talk about my setup. So I have, well, positive contact terminal block, negative contact terminal block. Here I will wire my power supply. Here I already connected negative contact to common input contact. So when I provide, let's say via push button from here 24 volts, push button, and when you press it, 24 volts will come into input. So we will have input, and here on ET200 I using digital output card, so we will probably put some relay here, and via this output we will activate relay. Here, as you can see, these cards are have colors on them. They are color coded, so black is digital output card, this purple is analog input card. So if we hold and press, we actually need to press only here from the top, so to remove this server module. So I will disassemble a little bit and these cards. Now I will press this terminal block to remove wires. Yes. So when you buy this ET200 module, you get it like this. So module itself, it will have network, well, also module with 2 Ethernet cards, and it has this power supply block. Yes, you can just remove it like this. It has 2 contact groups, so you provide power here, and you can actually supply power to different pads. So okay, I will put it back. Now again, here is this latch. I will press it and I will put it to the DIN rail. And when you push it like that, you hear the click. It is connected properly. Okay. So right now I will connect another base unit pad. And to end this connection, we need to have this server termination of the blocks. So again, I press on the top and push it like this. Now here you can find this black plastic. When you buy these cards, it is pre-installed. So when you buy these expansion cards, it comes with pre-installed this black ring. So when you install them, you press on the bottom, you press on the top. There are these 2 notches, and you just put them and you press them. You hear the click, and that's it. And to take it out again, you press and hold top and bottom, and you take it out. And as you can see, this black ring installed here. Why this is important? This is important because each card has different wiring. So okay, I will install this card, I will install analog card. So let's say this is digital output card, so these 8 contacts here are actually digital outputs, okay? And these 8 contacts can be used as power supplies. As you can notice, this first pad always should be white. It is power pad, so from this pad on, all the other cards will be powered. So, well, this in practice would be, let's say you want a different power supply for digital outputs, and you want different power supply for digital inputs. So you put this white pad, let's say you install 4 digital output cards, then you put another white pad, and then you install 4 additional digital input cards. So they are separated, they are powered by different power supplies that way. This, well, I don't know how to call it, gray card, it's just a usual card, it's not power pad. But this is important. In the first slot, this is 0 slot, this is first slot, this is slot 2. So slot 1 always begins with power pad. Okay, and to provide power, I press and hold this red notch and just put cable. Again, I press and hold with my screwdriver and put cable here. So right now this is powered. Okay. So yeah, so I will use just a basic switch here. So I will provide Ethernet cable from my PLC here. I provide Ethernet cable from my ET200 card. Also, as I said, I will put a relay here. So I will use output 0.0, so I put cable here. Here on the card there are diagram. So as you can see, this is M. So these 8 terminal block contacts are not 24 volts, but they are negative contacts. So here we will take to our relay 24 volts, and from here we can take negative contacts for a relay. I will press this notch and put cable. Okay, so our output 0.0 right now is wired. Okay, so additionally I will wire digital input to PLC. So as I said, I will just take 24 volts from PLC power supply. We have already negative contact as a common to all of these inputs, and when I press this push button, 24 volts goes to our input 0.0. Yes, it's very simple. So okay, so we have one input, one output. Okay, so I will jump into TIA portal and we will continue. So right now we are in TIA portal. As you can see, logic is already made. I press start push button on valve is on. I go to network view, so Profinet connection to IO device is made, topology also made. But what I want to do right now is to actually delete everything. So I go to reset factory settings and delete everything on ET200SP module. So as you can see, IP address is all zeros, yes. And I go to online diagnostic on main PLC. Also reset to factory settings. And I also reset PLC because I want to make video from the scratch. So right now I'm creating a new project, and first thing to do, well, I check if I see devices. It's weird because IO device still have IP address. PLCs don't have IP address, and it is marked as ISO device. So when you buy a new PLC, it will not have IP address. It will have this ISO state. Basically, it's just like in a limbo. So you select controller, you add controller, and then you need to go to network view, look for distributed IO modules, find module that you have. You just drag and drop to TIA portal, double click it, and as you know, my first card is digital output card. So again, from the list, I need to find that card, and also using mouse, drag and drop it. Now, as you can see, slot 1, and we can see this slot is white. It's power pad. So this is power groove for modules. Well, slot 1 and slot 2 will be powered from slot 1 power base pad. So again, I am choosing my analog input card, drag and drop it, and to end configuration we need to drag and drop server module. Now I go to network view, drag and drop this. Well, basically we need to make a connection. So right now I selected that our PLC is added to subnet. So it's basically I provided to in which network it should work. And also very good idea to change PLC Profinet names. Always do that. I tend to rename them like first 00X, that means electrical cabinet where this PLC is located, and then I just write main PLC. Now I go to IO device, and also I need to change name for this device. If you will not do that, TIA portal will generate automatic Profinet names, but still by default PLC 1 will be marked in each project, and you could end up having not IP address conflict but Profinet name conflict. Let's say you have a lot of PLCs. So yeah, so you need to make sure that all PLCs have unique Profinet name. And I found that I unmarked this generate Profinet name checkbox and then mark it back, and then it changes the name. So right now I'm trying to download hardware to PLC. And the problem is our device has a IP address 192.168.0.1. Also in project, my PLC has the same IP address. So I assigned IO card to, I was forget about that. I also go to topology view and mark where PLC should be connected to which IO port and try to download hardware, but I still have the same issue. So ET200 module has a IP address that I want to download, and my main PLC has the same IP address. So yeah. So as you can see in project, IP address marked correctly, but I still cannot download hardware. Basically, what I found, the only way to update, in this case, IP address of input-output card is to go through online access, select your network card, and use this assign IP address function. So when I did that and select main PLC and try to download hardware configuration, as you can see, I don't have that problem. I see my PLC ISO, so means it's already factory resetted. So I load hardware changes to PLC. ISO just means PLC don't have IP address. So straight out of the box, when you buy new one or this PLC was factory resetted, it will be in this ISO state. So yeah, I go to online, but I see still some weird things, these orange boxes, circles, meaning something is different in PLC online and offline project. So I download all software. So right now everything is green, PLC is happy, everything okay. And I go to main OB and let's write, well, it's not even a program, it's basically one rung or one network. So I just tell, okay, when input 0.0 is active, activate output 1.0. And I like to rename these tags appropriately, so I would understand what this is in the future. So this PB, well, sensor, it's kind of not sensor, it's push button. Okay, so wherever push button start, PB means push button, and in commands I tend to write push button NO means normally open, and we can write in which cabinet this push button is located. So here I also rename tag. So this will be 0.1x, so where this output is located and what it actually is. I call it valve 1, but you know, it just simulation training, so we can call it whatever we want. Okay, so I download changes, and it's consistent download, meaning PLC will not stop in this case. And I select this monitoring glassy man monitoring, and I don't know, for some reason the PLC was in stop mode. I'm not sure why, so I run it. I physically pushing push button, and you can see logic is working fine. And if I like this feature in device and network screen, you can zoom it in to your PLC, and you will physically see on input PB start, where this input is located. In IO device card, you can just select what card you're interested in, go to IO tags, and you will see where this output is wired. So, as I said, this extension ET200 module or extension input-output module was used, also including this digital output card. It also was used. So the best way, just to test it, okay, we write then when we press push button, all inputs on that output card will be activated. That way we can test this card, because sometimes these cards could be damaged, sometimes indication will light up on digital output card, but in fact 24 volts will not be activated, and it will not activate relay, which will not activate contactor, which will not activate, I don't know, motor some sort. So yeah, need to always test used equipment. And good idea to make well, not groups, but tag tables, separate them. So basically, if we have inputs and outputs from 0.00x electrical cabinet, so I call this tag groups mostly like that, just by electrical cabinet name. So it's very simple to monitor them. And at the end of the day, when there is trouble, you can just say for electrician, go to which electrical cabinet, check what input and output, and yeah. So in show all tags, when we create additional tag tables, we can just change them. But we after changing that, we need to also go online and download changes. This will not stop the PLC. So as you can see, consistent download, it will not stop PLC. So right now I just want to zoom it out a little bit, and when I press monitor and I press push button, all outputs are activated. So, okay, this output is not 0.0, but it's used here. But besides the point, right now PLC is connected and configured with this ET200 extension module, and when we press input, our output is on, and it sends 24 volts for relay on, and then you can use that signal for anything you want. Now also we have this analog input card, so yeah, we can wire some sort of a sensor. Let's say if reach at 50%, then then activates some output. Maybe some cooling should be on, maybe some valve should be on or off, you know, it all depends on the logic. And what else? Well, there is topology, meaning connection between PLC and this ET200 module should be documented, because if we what I do, I only connect my PLC to different port. Okay, so as you can, this is used unit, so you can barely kind of see red LED blinking, but on PLC you can clearly see indication, right? So program will still run in that case, but if you go into TIA portal and you go to diagnostic buffer, it will tell you that it is wrong port, and if you go to device manager and into topology, there you will see exactly what is wrong. And right now I'm gonna connect it back to proper place, and then you can see our error indication is gone, and also the program is running correctly. So yeah, this is how you connect ET200 to controller, to PLC. And as you've seen, I had shenanigans. Basically, you need to make sure you reset fully used hardware, especially IP addresses, Profinet names, and so on. So yeah, be sure to reset everything properly before use. And actually this digital output module also used. So in program right now, when I press this input, this push button, so all outputs will be on. So as you can see, all outputs on. And then I can, you know, take my multimeter and just to be sure, go through multimeter and check all the outputs that voltage actually comes out of them, because sometimes it could be that this LED gives indication that output is on, but transistor inside module is burned. And actually there is no 24 volts there is no 24 volts on output. So especially used equipment, you need to, unfortunately you need to test every single input, every single output before next use. So if you like this video, subscribe or like. If you don't like it, dislike. So see you on the next one.